Have you ever wondered how some people gain so much power? It's a question that has puzzled many of us. We see individuals rise to prominence, seemingly out of nowhere, and command the attention and loyalty of masses. What is it that they possess? What secret do they hold? It's like they have a secret formula, a hidden recipe that grants them influence over others. Imagine it as a magic potion that makes people listen, follow, and believe. This potion isn't made of mystical ingredients, but rather something deeply rooted in human nature. Well, there might be a hidden ingredient, and it's more common than you think. Our deep human need to believe in something. This need is universal, transcending cultures and generations. We all crave meaning in our lives. It's an intrinsic part of being human. We seek purpose, a reason to get up in the morning, something that gives our lives direction and significance. We want to feel part of something bigger than ourselves. This sense of belonging, of being connected to a larger community or cause, fulfills a fundamental human need. This desire, this craving, makes us vulnerable. It opens our hearts and minds to those who promise to fulfill these needs. It opens us up to powerful personalities who promise us purpose and belonging. These leaders, with their charisma and vision, can captivate us, making us feel seen and understood. But this hunger for belief can be a double-edged sword. While it can lead us to positive and uplifting experiences, it can lead us to build amazing communities, fight for noble causes, and achieve incredible things. When channeled positively, this need for belief can be a force for good, driving social change and fostering unity. But it can also lead us down dark paths, where our desire for meaning is exploited, following charismatic figures even when they ask us to do things that seem wrong. The power of belief can be manipulated, leading us to actions and decisions that we might not otherwise consider. The line between inspiration and manipulation can be blurry. It's a delicate balance, and recognizing this can help us navigate the complexities of influence and authority. Understanding this is key to understanding the power of belief and how it's used, for better or for worse. By being aware of our own vulnerabilities and the dynamics of influence, we can make more informed choices about who and what we choose to believe in. Let's rewind to 1978. Picture Jonestown, a remote settlement in Guyana. This wasn't just any community, it was built on the promises of a charismatic leader, Jim Jones. Jones started the People's Temple in the 1950s, preaching a message of racial equality and social justice. He was a captivating speaker, drawing people in with his charisma and promises of a better world. People flocked to his movement, finding community and purpose in his words. But Jones's message took a dark turn. He became increasingly controlling, demanding absolute obedience from his followers. He isolated them from the outside world, convincing them they were surrounded by enemies. The community, once a beacon of hope, became a prison of fear and manipulation. The tragic climax of Jonestown is a chilling example of how easily belief can be twisted. It stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of blind obedience and the power of manipulative leadership. Over 900 people, including over 300 children, died after drinking cyanide-laced flavor aid at Jones's command. This mass suicide, orchestrated by Jim Jones, shocked the world and left an indelible mark on history. This horrific event, often misremembered as the Jonestown Massacre, raises a disturbing question. How could so many people be led to their deaths? What psychological mechanisms were at play that allowed such a tragedy to unfold? How could so many people be led to their deaths? The answer lies in understanding the psychology of cults and the manipulative techniques used by leaders like Jim Jones. These leaders prey on the vulnerable, exploiting their fears and insecurities. The answer lies in understanding the psychology of cults and the manipulative techniques used by leaders like Jim Jones. Jones was a master manipulator, using a combination of charisma, fear, and isolation to control his followers. Jones exploited our basic human needs. He offered belonging, purpose, and hope in a world that often felt chaotic and unfair. People are naturally drawn to communities where they feel understood and valued. He offered belonging, purpose, and hope in a world that often felt chaotic and unfair. By creating a sense of community and shared purpose, Jones was able to foster a deep sense of loyalty and trust among his followers. He gradually increased his control, isolating his followers and turning them against anyone who questioned his authority. This isolation made it difficult for members to seek outside perspectives or escape the group's influence. By the time he issued his final fatal command, many of his followers were completely under his sway. They had been conditioned to obey without question, believing that their leader had their best interests at heart. This tragic event serves as a powerful lesson on the dangers of blind obedience and the importance of critical thinking. You might be thinking, that's messed up, but it was a different time. People are more aware now, but are they? Think about it. We live in a world saturated with information, yet we're still drawn to charismatic figures who promise simple solutions to complex problems. Look at the tech world. We have these tech CEOs with their own followings. They promise to change the world with their gadgets and apps. We hang on their every word, believing in their visions of the future. But are they any different from the leaders of the past? They amass wealth and power, often at the expense of their workers or the environment. They use their platforms to silence critics and shape narratives to their advantage. Section 5. The illusion of charisma. Manufacturing belief in the digital age. Social media has become the new pulpit for modern-day gurus and influencers. These platforms have given rise to a new breed of digital celebrities who wield immense power over their followers. They build massive followings by curating perfect online personas, projecting an image of success, happiness, or expertise. Every post, every story is meticulously crafted to maintain this illusion. They sell us lifestyles, products, and ideologies, all wrapped up in a neat little bow of aspirational content. From luxury vacations to the latest tech gadgets, they make us believe that we too can achieve this ideal life. But how much of it is real? Behind the scenes, the reality is often far less glamorous. The perfect shot might take hours to set up, and the smiling faces might hide personal struggles. How much is carefully crafted to manipulate our emotions and exploit our insecurities? The pressure to keep up with these idealized versions of life can be overwhelming. The line between authenticity and manipulation is blurrier than ever. With advanced editing tools, it's becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between what's real and what's fabricated. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, to believe in the carefully constructed narratives these influencers present. Their charisma and charm can be incredibly persuasive, but we need to be critical thinkers. We must look beyond the surface and question the reality behind the posts. We need to question their motives, their methods, and the impact they have on our lives. Are they genuinely trying to help, or are they simply looking to profit from our attention and trust? The responsibility lies with us to discern the truth. Section 6. The dangers of blind faith. Recognizing the warning signs. So, how do we protect ourselves from falling prey to these manipulative tactics? How do we recognize the difference between genuine leadership and dangerous manipulation? The key is to be aware of the warning signs. Be wary of leaders who demand absolute obedience, who isolate their followers from outside influences, or who demonize critics and dissenters. Be skeptical of those who promise easy solutions to complex problems, or who claim to have all the answers. Remember, true leadership is about empowering others, not controlling them. It's about fostering critical thinking, not blind obedience. Section 7. The power of belief. Using Law 27 for good. Now, This doesn't mean all charisma is bad. Many great leaders throughout history have used their ability to inspire and motivate people for good. Think about Nelson Mandela, Malala Yousafzai, or even your favorite teacher who made you believe in yourself. These individuals tapped into our desire for meaning and purpose, but they used it to uplift and empower others, not to control or manipulate them. They understood the power of belief and used it to create positive change in the world. Section 8. Conclusion. Think for yourself. The bottom line is this: belief is a powerful force. It can be used to build or destroy, to unite or divide. The key is to be aware of its power and to use it wisely. Don't just follow blindly. Think for yourself. Question everything. And most importantly, never be afraid to walk away from something that doesn't feel right, no matter how charismatic the leader or how tempting the promises. Because at the end of the day, the only person responsible for your beliefs is you. Now, here's my question for you. Have you ever followed someone or something so passionately that you didn't even question it? It could be a business mentor, a self-help guru, or even a brand you love. Let me know in the comments. And if you found this insight powerful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification, because on this channel, Siddhi, Shree, we break down the real laws of power so you can use them in your life.